Don't touch me like I'm an ordinary man. Have a look in my eyes. Underneath my skin there is a violence. It's got a gun in its hands, ready to make sense of anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything. Black holes living in the side of your face, razor wire spinning around you, around you, around you, around you. Blistering sky, blistering sky, blistering sky. Bullets on the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets on the beauty and I don't know why. Bullets on the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets on the beauty and I don't know why. Personal responsibility, personal responsibility, personal responsibility, personal responsibility. Of a beautiful man without the blood on his hands. Come and make me a martyr, come and break my feeling with your violence. With a gun in my hand, ready to take, ready to take, ready to take, ready to take out anyone, anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anyone, anywhere. Black holes living in the side of your face, razor wire spinning around you, around you, around you, around you, around you, around you. Bullets are the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets are the beauty and I don't know why. Bullets are the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets are the beauty and I don't know why. Personal responsibility, personal responsibility, personal responsibility, personal responsibility. Side of your face, razor wire spinning around you, 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 around you. Bullets are the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets are the beauty and I don't know why. Bullets are the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets are the beauty and I don't know why. Personal responsibility, 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 personal responsibility.
delivered from the hand of our enemies. Enemies. Delivered from the hand of our enemies. Enemies.
So we are here. Hello and good evening here from Interlagos. League A EGT4M, the final is here and we are directly heading into the qualification. start here now from a bit like that. So yeah, good evening also to the stream. We are here, League A final, with the fastest drivers of our league here. One driver is still missing, so we don't know where he is, but the rest is already here and going out now on track for the qualification. So yeah, we have here Marcolah, the leader of the championship, and yeah, everything looks like that he will be the Season 2 champion for League A, the overall winner. He has currently 388 points, and that means that he is, yeah, if you do a bit math on it, he is already the champion. So yeah, but still, we have here Psycho, the driver in the Viper Group 4, and yeah, he is currently on position 3 in the championship, but he is only 1 point behind the driver we have here in the McLaren 650S Rotec 1984. He is currently on position 2 in the championship with 1 point in front of Psycho. So that means we have here now 10 minutes qualification. The 4 fastest drivers are reaching the Super Pole. That means they are driving then 1 lap. So they go out on track with soft tires, they do 1 fast lap, and then we know who is the pole position, or who is in pole position for the main race. I hope that the sound is good, that I'm not too loud, or the game sound is not too loud. So if I should change something, then please let me know that. I will change that directly. So yeah, we have here Mano in the Ferrari. He is he has done all races this season. Also very strong driver in the Ferrari. Then we have here Lichi, one of the EGT4M staff in the Lexus. He won 1 race this season for Lexus. There's only 1 race Lexus could win this season till now, and that was the sprint race of Monza. Very strong performance there from him a few weeks ago. And yeah, the favorite here on this track, of course, is Marcolah. Marco has won the pole position. If I look on my sheets, the last pole position he had on Nürburgring. No, there was Rotec as well. So yeah, we will see if Marcolah can reach here the pole position. And yeah, we see here also on the right top corner the current track records in the EGTM for Interlagos Group 4. That's still the track record holder is MINKIHL with 1:35.981, but we see directly that Marcolah is pretty close on this time, or over this time. And yeah, hello Sasha, and hello to the rest of the stream. Also hello to Night Shift Racer and Hypermarine. Very cool that you guys pass by and watch the final of the EGT4M League A. Yeah, Castor Troy also very strong performances the last races in the qualification and also in the sprint race. The sprint race starts with turned championship standing, and we use then the qualification results from the from this qualification and the Super Bowl. So we look through the field now, and currently we have Marcolah, Castor, Splash and Rotec in the Super Pole. look it through. And Psycho only on position 6 till now with a 37.0. So we have to look if he can manage to jump into the top 4 to reach the Super Pole qualification. Only the top 4 driving there. Rotek also dropped out now. AP Meister now in the top 4. But we know that the decision is almost at the end of the qualification, so we have still to look who can reach the Super Pole here. Let's look here, the lap of Rotek, if he can manage to be faster. See if somebody is already in the last sector. We have here AP Meister with a 1:36.692. So we have the two GTRs again in the Super Pole, and currently the fastest driver by a gap from 22 thousandths of a second is currently Castro Troy. So let's see if he takes new tires as well. And it looks like that, yeah, he's going into the pits. Marcolah was already in the pits. And now everybody is going to take new tires for the rest of the qualification. Most probably Rotek as well. We'll see if he finishes this qualification with these tires or if he is going to take new tires as well, but it looks like he's going to take new tires. No, he still continues to drive. And Marcolah now on a flying lap. And I see I have forgotten to change that to my keyboard. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, now it's working. And we see here Marcolah 16 thousandths of a second. He is faster than Castro Troy now. And right behind him is Giovanni Psycho ZZ. Let's see if he can manage to jump into the top 4. Giovanni is very strong here on Interlagos usually, so I'm pretty sure that he will manage to make a fast lap here to reach the Super Pole. They are very close behind Marcolah in a GTR, but a GTR is a monster out of corners. But let's see where it brings at the end. But now he has also slipstream. And let's see if Psycho can get an advantage out of that. And jumps Giovanni now on position 1 or not? Oh, 3/10 is a... Or is he starting not a fast lap? I think that was his out lap. No, but let's see if he can manage to drive it faster now. AP Meister now in the first sector. Rotek jumped now into the top 4. Means we have Castro Troy, Marcolah, Cobra, Rotek in the Super Pole qualification, and we have only 1 minute and a bit more left, or a bit less, depending when the host rides. The race is over, or the qualification is over, but Castro Troy is still on position 1 here. But now it's only important to reach the top 4. But let's see. 2/10 slower than his last lap. And it looks like that Marco is flying now. And I think he has also slipstream now. We can jump in on his hood. And yeah, it's a bit too far away. Let's jump into Psycho. Yeah, he's also a bit too far away. But let's see if he can jump now into the Super Pole. And no, it's not enough. 36 thousandths of a second. Giovanni is out of the Super Pole. And Rotec stops as well. And Marcolah with a 35.854, he has already managed to drive a new track record here. We have also to mention that the cars are 100 kilogram lighter than the cars from Season 1, so the GTR has 100 kilo less than in Season 1. So we have already a new track record here on Interlagos from Marcolah. And yeah, we have Marcolah, Castor, Cobra and Rotec in the Super Pole. So now we are waiting that the lobby resets and we start with the Super Pole. So the first 4 starting turned, so Rotec starts with his flying lap, he goes out, then out lap, fast lap and then back to pits. And yeah, we see Marco, Castor, Cobra and Rotec in the Super Pole. So I can directly put the Super Pole thing there and then we see the Super Pole. So the first 4 are driving for the pole position. Yeah, the first 4 drivers are also gaining 1 point for reaching the Super Pole, and the winner of the Super Pole gains another 2 points for the championship standing. So Marcolah, Castor, Psycho was there on position 3, but I think that was wrong. So yeah. And we have soft tires now, because the drivers are now allowed to drive with soft tires. And Rotec will be the first one who goes out on track. See if we can jump on him. Yeah, here we have him. So the first driver is now out on track, and yeah, we have to wait now till he has made his outlap, but after that we see one after another driving then his fast lap here. So we have not to watch the whole outlap, but the first driver, of course, we have to do that. You can also watch a bit the driving line from Rotec here, of course, trying to be as far as possible on the right side to gain as much as possible speed here through these corners. Here also very important corner, braking pretty late, trying not to get the car a bit sliding very early on throttle, but we can see already that Rotec tries that the car is not sliding at all, that the tire wear hits not in, and he can manage to have the best possible tires here when he's starting his fast lap in the Super Pole. So now on Main Street, and let's see here the first Super Pole lap from League A from Rotec. First corner pretty good till now. Bit to lift the throttle there. Trying here not to get oversteer, because that casts top speed here to the first sector. And I'm pretty sure that we see now that the track records get smashed here on this track. Softer tires are pretty much faster than the other compounds, especially on the infield sector here, where Rotec is now. He was very early on throttle here, so it looks pretty good. Here using as much as possible from the curb on the outside. And now on the main straight, and we see here in a few seconds the first lap, the first time from the Super Pole, and it will be a 35, and yeah, it's a 35.8. So pretty good lap here from Rotec, but I'm pretty sure that the fastest lap will be something around 35.5, 35.4 maybe. Yeah, and again, hello to everybody in the stream who joined recently. We are currently in the Super Pole. One driver has already been driven here. So Rotec has set the first time with 35.816, and we are watching now Cobra in his fast lap. And he is now flying to the first sector split time. And let's see if it's purple or not. And it's purple, 20 thousandths of a second. He is faster than Rotec in the first sector. Oh, but here a bit over the curb, that has cost a bit time. Let's see here, he's very much on the limit. A bit away from the apex on the inside. And he is using the curb pretty much there. Yeah, that looked pretty good. Here now on or through the hairpin. That looks pretty good and pretty fast. But let's see if this was faster than Rotec. And it was 4 tenths, almost 4 tenths. Here out on the last corner. Use the curb on the outside pretty much, and now the GTR can let his power fly here up the hill on the main straight. The GTR very good, very fast. And it's a 35.638 we have here. Very good lap from Cobra. And now we come, or we see now Castor driving his fast lap in the Mitsubishi. He was very close to Marcolah, only 1/10 slower than the current championship leader. And we will see in a few minutes if Marcolah can reach here after a few rounds the first time the Super pole position. And let's see if Castor in the first sector, if he's faster. Yeah, we have no sector split time here. So we have to wait a bit more. Maybe we see it in the sector 2 then. Now he's going to the hairpin. And let's see if we see now the second sector split time, and no, we don't see it. Thank you GT Sport for that. But yeah, let's see if that's enough to reach a new fastest lap here in the Super Pole. And yes, it's enough, 14 thousandths faster with a 35.624. So only one driver can beat now the 35.624, and that's again Marcolah. So let's watch his Super Pole lap here now. First turn, very early on throttle. And hopefully we see the sector split times now. And yeah, he's 83 thousandths of a second faster than Troy. Now the double right corner here. And that's what I said, completely to the inside. And that looked pretty good till here. And he is 2/10 faster than the lap time from Castor. Again, amazing lap from Marcolah, and now the GTR power up the hill. So I think we see here a 35.4, 35, yeah, maybe a 35.2. Let's see. And it's a 35.431. So again, very strong performance from Marcolah, and congratulations to the Super Pro. I changed that directly here in the overlay. So, yeah, that was already the Super Pro qualification, and Marcolah did it again. He smashed the record here. So we have a new fastest lap here, a new EGT4M lap record set by Marcolah. And 3 points for the championship leader. Yeah, and like Lichi has written, the first 4 in the qualification were the same like in the Super Bowl. So yeah, we have a little break now, a few minutes. I think around 2 or 3 minutes, and then we start directly into the sprint race. Yeah, I can tell you guys also, I'm changing here to the live waiting room. Let's see if we have here the music. Yeah, you can see here on the left side, Season 3. We are already in planning Season 3, which starts in February 2019. It will change a lot in the EGTM. We move from EGT4M.com to EGTM.racing. So you can reach our homepage still with EGT4M.com and also with EGTM.racing. But after season 3, our series will be called European GT Masters. And yeah, and we changed from the GT4 to a manufacturer mode. So we're driving after each round, we changed the class, I would say, like that. So we start, for example, with GT4, and 2 weeks later we drive with GT3, and then again 2 weeks later with GT4. So you can, for example, join our championship with Porsche, and you drive then with the amazing RSR or with the Cayman in the GT4. The registration will start soon. If you don't want to miss the registration, then join my Discord. The link is in the description. So if you are interested in competitive racing for beginners and for the elite of GT Sports, then the EGTM is the right place to do that. So join my Discord and be up to date about our series with setups which are nowhere written, or simply to talk to my community, which is, I have to say, very amazing, very cool guys, very funny guys who have much fun on the Discord. And yeah, the registration will start soon. More information will be on my Discord. And also, we are Fanatec and MMOGA partner. So if you plan to update your hardware, your sim racing hardware, I would appreciate it very much if you do it over my partner links. I get a small provision for that what you buy, but you never pay more for the stuff you are buying on the Fanatec homepage. And the same, of course, for MMOGA. For if you plan to buy a game, if you need game cards or game keys or PlayStation cards or PSN cards, you can do it on MMOGA. Very good prices there. And again, I will get a small provision, and you guys never pay more for that what you're buying there. And yeah, next week on Friday we also have a fun race, Group 2 on Fuji. I'm still in talk with our partners for a small prize for the winner. So yeah, if you are interested to a small race next Friday before we change the year from 2018 to 2019, so check out EGT4M. Tomorrow I will update the homepage with the registration for the GT4 race, for the GT2 race. And yeah, hello Marcel, nice that you passed by and watched the EGT4M. So yeah, if you are interested to the GT2 race next week on Friday, simply check out our homepage tomorrow. I will post then the registration form there. So yeah, we are waiting till the race starts here. And I hope also that you guys have fun with the EGT4M. We do really our best to make it as cool as possible for everyone, for the drivers, for the people who watch the stream. Next season we are also looking for a co-commentator who commentates with me the races. But we will see how that's going. Yeah, we have Marcolah in the pole position like we saw it. But for the main race we have a little, how should I say it, gimmick, or a little thing what we changed. We want to start this time, the first time, behind the safety car, so we do the formation lap behind the safety car. The safety car will go into the pit, and then, like we have talked it in the briefing, the leader, so Marcolah, will open the race. The safety car is driven by the nameless League B driver who has driven yesterday, or 2 days ago, sorry, on Tuesday, 2 days ago. So also a very good driver, and he's driving the safety car. So yeah, we're starting in a second the sprint race. The sprint race will start, so the starting grid will be set by the championship results, but turned. So Marcolah will start from the last place. So, and we see that the race has started. Also we can see here up the fan boost winners Rotec and Magic World this time with the same amount of votes, so both are allowed to drive with 2% more power. The vote can be done every round on our homepage EGT4M.com, and yeah, we are waiting till the lights go out here, and then we see the first few laps here, and the race started. Splash a bit slow, Cobra on the outside, completely on the outside. She has a damage, no. So we see Marcolah has already made a few positions and he's already on position 6. Look here through the field. Currently now Mano 2011 in the Ferrari and 3 wide here. Rotec on the inside. And what happened there? Let's see what happened there. And Lychee crashed into Castor, I think. Yeah, it was into Castor. Oh, I misclicked now. So pretty bad luck here for Castor. Ah, sorry, the game sound is not on. Yeah, I didn't change it. Yeah, now the game sound is again online. Sorry guys that I missed the game sound here at the beginning. But the game sound should be there now. And Casa Troy has to drive into the pits now after the incident with Lychee. And we see here already a few penalties. And Mano still leading, and Psycho currently on position 2 in the championships. In the championship standing because he is in front of Rotec. But we see here already fighting Magic World against Mano and Splash now in the lead. And Mano went from 1 to position 5, and Psycho now on the inside. And still fighting with Marcolah. That's what we want to see here. That Marcolah goes under pressure. Yeah, Psycho cannot drive faster there because Magic World is a bit slowing him down there, and that's the chance for Marcolah, and Marcolah goes there to the inside. No, but he stays behind Magic World, and now Slipstream racing up the hill here. Let's jump into Splash's car, or maybe Magic World. And we see Marcolah comes closer and closer, and Mano goes wide there. Was there a contact? We looked at directly. No, we cannot go into Mano's car. Let's see if there was a contact. He had to avoid the contact here with Psycho. He was a bit late on brakes, and he had to use the escape there. Savalu on 6, Rotec on 5, but Rotec is still close to the top positions there. Magic World goes a bit wide there, fighting there with all other drivers. And Marcolah goes wide there, but Marcolah is still there, but he has now a bit dirty tires, and that's the chance for Psycho and Marcolah with 1.2 seconds. Let's see fast what happened there. This was a mistake made by his own. But still, that's also what a champion has to be good at it. And Marcolah goes here to the inside. And has now overtaken Psycho, but Psycho back to overtake him, and now Psycho on position 3, Marcolah on 4, but Rotek also behind him now. And Rotek is now going side by side with Marcolah, and I think that's enough to overtake him here. And is Rotek late enough on the brakes, but Marcolah stays next to him. And here a mistake from Psycho. No, it was a leg. It looks like a leg, yeah. It was a leg spike from Psycho. Looked like they made somewhere a mistake. And Psycho out of the race. Disconnect from Psycho. So that's exactly what plays in the hands for Rotek. And maybe that's also the chance for Cobra to reach the top 3 for the trophies. And now Marcolah in fight with Rotek. And we see Splash 1 second in front of Magic World. And can Marcolah attack now Rotek again? No, he cannot. Also Rotek, we have to have in our mind that Rotek is driving with 2% more power because he won a fan boost. But that track is perfectly made for the GTR. Maybe that's the strongest track for the GTR this season. But Rotek has to fight pretty hard that he keeps Marcolah behind him. And Marcolah now side by side on the inside, and I think that's enough or not. Rotek stays next to him, that means he's on the inside here now on this corner. But Marcolah stays on the outside, and yeah, that's enough for Rotek to stay in front of Marcolah. And that's also playing in the hands for Splash and Magic World, who can still stay in front of this pack because they are fighting pretty hard. But Rotek, I think that's not enough for Slipstream. But Marcolah again behind Rotek. But I think he's not close enough to start the attack here. No, he's not. Let's look then fast through the field. We have Cobra here on 6. AP Meister on 7, Mano on 8. Castor after the problems, the crash at the beginning, on 9. We have one disconnect till now with Psycho. But Magic World now pretty close also behind Splash, but Magic World also with a 1.2 second penalty, so we have to look about that as well. Rotek has no better, and there Splash now on position 2. Looks like he made somewhere a mistake, and now everybody is pretty close there. So pretty close fighting there from everyone. The concentration has to be very high. And what happens there with Splash? He lost many positions now in a few corners. And that means that Magic World currently on position 1. Can Mike secure his first victory here, but he has to get rid of his penalty from 1.1 seconds. And Rotek still heavy under pressure from Marcolah. Let's jump in the Season 2 champion till now, and Rotek is now... No, he's not diving into the inside of Magic World. So he's still behind on position 2, and also behind Rotek still Marcolah. So now is the question, stays Marcolah a bit behind Rotek, that Rotek can attack Magic World, or wants Marcolah to overtake Rotek and do it himself, that he can overtake Magic World here before the race ends. But the pressure is pretty high for Rotek here. He has to attack Magic World and also has to defend against Marcolah. Let's see, Sabalu on 4, also very strong performance here from the guy in the Porsche. Then Cobra on 5, then Splash on 6. He moved from 1 to 6 in 1 lap. There you can see how competitive this group here of driver is currently. There's one bad lap and yeah, your race is almost fucked. So let's see here, Rotek now on position 1. And now Marcolah has to overtake Magic World also pretty fast, or Rotek will fly away in the front. But Magic World can stay behind Rotek, and Rotek made a little mistake, and that's what I meant. And that means Marcolah now on position 2 and attacks now Magic World on position 1. Oh, these 4 drivers here fighting now for the sprint race victory here. I hope you guys enjoying this race as much as I'm doing, and Magic World here's again on position 1, but I'm pretty sure that Marcolah will higher the pressure now to the driver here up in front. And Marcolah also with a penalty here, also 0.7 seconds, and Marcolah is now attacking on the inside Magic World. Here up the hill is the GTRM monster. But Magic World can go directly into the slipstream of the GTR. And we see here Magic World, it's enough to attack on the outside, he tries it. But it will be hard against Marcolah, and now Rotek has to overtake Magic World as fast as possible, or Marcolah secures here a victory. And he's going directly to the inside. So side by side here now, and late braking, there's a contact, but yeah, it was not enough to overtake here Magic World, but he has a little snap oversteer out of the corner, and Sabalu also still in the race, and I think that now it worked perfectly out for Marcolah, and Sabalu now on position 3, so Rotek moved from 2 to 4. But here Sabalu also a bit wide. But you can see here how on the limit the drivers are driving here. But still, I think, yeah, Marcolah and Magic World still with 0.5 and 0.7 second penalty, so, but they cannot slow down. That's not possible to slow down here for them, because they are still pretty close, and now Magic World in the slipstream for Marcolah. So crazy race from these guys here, and Rotek has overtaken now Sabalu. Let's jump back to the replay and watch that again. Yeah, a classic overtake here in the first corner. Late braking on the inside, and yeah, no chance for Sabalu to counter that here. And let's go directly back, and yeah, still Sabalu is attacking, and Magic World is still close behind Marcolah, and he has 1/10 of a second lesser than Marcolah here. So he has to try to stay close behind Marcolah. Let's see the tires. Yeah, Marcolah has a bit worn tires here. So maybe that's the chance for Magic World to stay close. And I think that's it for Sabalu now. And it looks like, yeah, we have to see what happens here. Very good exit here for Magic World, but they have both 0.4 seconds. And we have to look what happens here when they drive over the finish lane. And it's Marcolah who won the race. But I don't see a gap between Marcolah and Magic World. That's crazy. Yeah, Rotek on 3, Sabalu on 4, then AP Meister on 5, then on 6 Castorjoy, on 7 Cobra, on 8 Manu, on 9 Splash, and Lychee on 10. But you can see directly here all drivers are within 8 seconds. So we can see how competitive this race here really is. But a crazy race. Yeah, and hello Squeakers. Yeah, so we have done here the last sprint race in Season 2. So we have one more main race to go. 45 minutes racing with these guys here, with pit stops and strategy and everything. Yeah, congratulations Marcolah for that race. Yeah, Magic World got a penalty because he didn't slow down, so a pretty nice move here from Marcolah. Yeah, we saw that, Marco. That's why you gave the flashing to the left. Yeah, so we go in a short break to the live waiting room, and then we are back here for the main race, for another amazing race with these guys here. When I find the fan boost to deactivate. So yeah, again a crazy race from these guys here, and at the end we had Marcolah, who was fighting pretty hard, and yeah, amazing race also from Magic World, who kept the pressure till the end, till the finish lane, very high on Marcolah. And Rotek also a very nice fight. And yeah, we see here again Season 3 EGT European GT Masters. So we move from the GT4 to the manufacturer mode, so we compete in GT3 and GT4, so all 2 weeks. So we drive the races in 2-week rhythm, and yeah, we compete in, like I said, in GT3 and GT4. So after 2 weeks we are always changing from GT3 to GT4, for example. So if you, for example, register with Porsche, then you drive with the RSR and with the M4, of course, with the Cayman, or with the BMW. If you register with the BMW, you drive with the M3 or the M6, and with the M4. So yeah, the registrations will start soon. I think something after New Year. And yeah, till there, of course, you can always join my Discord. The link is in the description, so feel free to join my Discord and get the newest informations about the new season. Or of course, you can talk with our drivers there, like with drivers like Marcolah, for example. And yeah, you can get tips from me or from Marcolah or from Tier Lightning, for example. So we have all drivers there. So if you want, join my Discord. And yeah, we are waiting now for the main race. The host has to set the grid from the qualification. On pole position again, Marcolah, the winner of the sprint race. And also congratulations to Marcolah. I mean, we have known it before this round, but Marcolah is already Season 2 champion, and we have to look who is on position 2 and 3, so who is taking the hands on our trophies. Because we give trophies for the first 3 positions. We have already Deruige, then Simba Laura, and Callum 719, who won in League B 2 days ago the trophies. So position 1 was Deruige. He's Sasha in the stream chat. So congratulations again, Sasha, for winning League B. Then yeah, Simba Laura on position 2 in League B, and on position 2 was Callum, and on position 3 was Simba Laura by 1 point. So these guys have taken the trophies in League B, and yeah, we have to wait who makes the positions behind Marcolah. So Marcolah has already won Season 2 of EGT4M. So congratulations again, mate. You well deserved it through the whole season. Very strong performances through the whole season. So now also, if you want to support our series, so the EGTM, for example, next season, we would appreciate it very much if you make a small donation. The link is also in the description, so if you want to make a small donation, we appreciate it very much. Also, our partner links are in the description. I get a small provision for that you buy over my link. Hardware from Fanatec or game cards and game keys from MMOGA. You never pay more for buying it over my links. So yeah, we see it already starting in 3 bis 5 minutes. So yeah, so we have to wait a bit more. Marco, do you drive still with controller, or do you drive now already with a wheel? I think we talked a few days ago about a wheel, but I think you're still driving with a controller, is that right? And yeah, so we have a few minutes more to wait here, and then we see the last main race here in Season 2. So again here we have the result. Marcolah on position 1, 9/10 behind in Magic World. Then comes Rodek, then Sabalu, AP Meister, then Castor, Cobra, Mano, Splash and Lychee on position 10. We had, and we have on position 11, we don't see him here, or we do not see him here, Psycho. He had a disconnect, pretty bad, but yeah, Castor Troy with the fastest lap, so that's 1 point more. So yeah, I think Psycho is already back. Yeah, he's already back in the lobby. Yeah, he's already back in the lobby. And yeah, we're still waiting here now to start. We start now with a formation lap, so we start one formation lap and then the leader starts the race. But this time we have in front of the first position, we have a safety car. So that we mentioned as well, important. Yeah, cool, Marco, that you order tomorrow Fanatec. I hope you do not forget to click on my link. But yeah. So now, concentration now for the main race. The last one this season was an amazing season. I will try to make now in the Christmas holidays season 2 review, what happened in season 2. So that will take a few days because I'm with my family. So I hope you guys also have a nice Christmas the next days with good eating and a good New Year. So on this point of the stream, I wish everyone a nice Christmas. I hope you all get very much gifts, very much Fanatecs. I would, if it would be for me, I would give everyone a Fanatec, but I have not even enough money to buy myself the direct drive yet. But yeah. So the race should start in a few seconds. So yeah, sorry if I'm not talking for a few seconds because I'm already, or not already, I'm also talking with the host, so with the race director, that everything works fine here, that I'm also informed about everything. So yeah, we see here so the race will start now, and we go back to the mainstream mode. So yeah, it will start in a few seconds. So we have on position 1, I think Marcolah. On position 2, we will see it in a second. Here the starting grid. Here we have the safety car. Then Marcolah on position 2, Castor on 3, Cobra on 4, Rotek on 5, Psycho on 6. Then on 7, AP Meister, Splash on 8, Sabaloo on 9. On 10 we have Magic World. On 11, Manu, and on 12 we have Lychee. So the drivers are starting now, so I hope everybody can go away from his starting grid. Let's see. Yeah, looks like everybody could start, and yeah. And here we have the EGT4M safety car, the pace car. Let's see if we do something like that next season in every race. So let's see what happens in this race. We see also here Marcolah on position 1 after the Super Pole. Then on position 2, a very strong performance also in the sprint, in the Super Pole from Castor Troy. Then Cobra. Then we have Rotek. Then we have Psycho, who has to drive now a very good race here to secure a podium position at the end of season 2, that he get his hands on one of the trophies, of the 3 trophies given here for the first 3 positions. Then we have AP Meister in the Jaguar. Then in the Corvette we have Splash AD. And again, the game sound of course is missing. I'm sorry for that. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm always forgetting it from the live, for the live waiting back to the main stream mode. And yeah, then we have Sabalu. Then we have Magic World, who finished on 2nd position in the sprint race. Then we have Manu. And then we have Lychee. So yeah, here the safety car will go into the pits after this lap. So he's driving slow now that the field goes together. And we see here the back camera, the rear camera of the pace car. And the race will start in a few seconds. So the pace car goes into the pits, and now the race will be opened from Marcolah, and Marcolah opens the race. And Castor Troy already attacking Marcolah on the inside, and Castor Troy is leading the race. Very clean overtake here in the first corner. Let's see here. And Psycho already on position 4 and almost losing his car. Amazing first overtakes from Psycho, and now he's heavy fighting with Rotek. He knows exactly that he's driving now against him, but of course for Rotek he made much more points than Psycho in the sprint race. Then we have Magic World already on position 8 fighting against Sabalu. Then Manu, and then Lychee. And still on position 1 is Castor Troy. Marcolah on 2 and Cobra on 3. Yeah, Sasha, we have to look next season. I mean, that was a... the Nameless came with the idea to me, so that was his idea to do that like that. And I like the idea very much because it looks very good in the stream. And there Castor Troy almost lost the car there, and Castor Troy is crashing into the wall or not? No, he's not crashing into the wall, but he lost the car completely. What happened there? The leader of the race, yeah, he slided a bit there. And then he was still in the grass. And he lost the car. My oh my, I would say. So that means that the 2 GTRs are leading this race. And Psycho already on position 3. And I know, because I know Giovanni aka Psycho very long, if he gets a bit annoyed of something, like the disconnect in the sprint race, he gets crazy fast, maybe a bit overpowering in the next race. So we have to look about that. And here AP Meister fighting against Splash, Jaguar against Corvette. Sabalu on 7, still fighting with Magic World. And now on position 9, Manu Lici on position 10. And Casatroy, after his incident, his driving mistake, on position 11, but I'm pretty sure that he will catch up a bit with the field. And here Marcolah now a bit in front of Cobra. Cobra on position 2, and now they are flying here up the straight, up the hill. Let's look here if Cobra can get closer or not. So the first 4 drivers in the championship are here, the first 4 drivers. And Marcolah already with a new fastest lap, a new track record here in the race with a 1:35. Yeah, 1:35.9, but Cobra was faster with a 1:35.852. New lap record from Cobra here in the EGT4M. Let's stay a bit here in this camera with Marcolah. And Marcolah goes a bit wide there. Let's look here about fights. Yeah, we have Splash here still fighting against AP Meister. And Sabalu still fighting against Magic World, and Manu is also pretty close behind there. And there was somewhere a crash. And it was Splash. Let's see what exactly happened there. And Splash lost the car there. And that looked like a rage quit, yeah. So 0 points for Splash again after he rage quit again. But yeah, that sometimes happens. And Marcolah with a new fastest lap with a 1:35.737. But now Psycho, like I said, he is driving very fast now. He is almost behind Cobra. 4 tenths only behind him. And Rodek on position 4. He cannot go the tempo of the 3 drivers in front of him till now. You can see 36.2, 36.5, and Psycho currently completely behind Cobra there. But we see 36.0, 35.9, Marcolah 35.9, 35.7. So he's completely driving now to his next victory. He's completely focused here also on Brazil, or in Brazil here on the Interlagos circuit. Now we have to look if Psycho can start an overtake attempt on Cobra. No, he cannot. And I think in next lap or next 2 laps we see the first pit stops. Pretty interested what will be here the strategies. And let's look here again through the field. Manu 9, Castor is already behind Magic World and Sabalu. But the question is it also enough to overtake? Let's look now to the cam here with Magic World, and Rotec is the first one in the pits, but I think also Cobra is in the pits, yeah. Magic World also going into the pits now. Psycho and Marcolah still on track. And 36.3 to 36.4, so 1.6 seconds between these two drivers. But Giovanni now with a new first sector best time. Of course we hope here that somebody can put Marcolah in heavy pressure like all drivers did in the sprint race. There was Marcolah heavy under pressure, but still he could take his or took another victory. But we see that Psycho comes closer and closer from 1.6 seconds to 1.1 seconds. That shows us how fast really Psycho can go here. That's why it's that bad that he got a disconnect in the sprint race. And now both are going into the pits. And AP Meister of course as well. Sabalu as well with 0.1 seconds of a penalty. Then we have Marcolah of course also in the pits. Psycho like we said, and here comes Cobra. He was already in the pits. Let's see if he can overtake them both, or also what's the strategy. And I think I heard Marcolah already out. Yeah, and here we have Giovanni in front of Marcolah. Looks like the pit crew of Giovanni has worked much faster than the pit crew of Marcolah. And now we have a leader change here. We have Psycho in front of Marcolah. But Marcolah already starting attacking here. But we know that Psycho will make it not too easy here for Marcolah to overtake. They had a fight already on Fuji, where Psycho was the hardest contender for Marcolah 2 weeks ago. Too bad I couldn't stream the video or couldn't stream the race because I was in a further education in Germany. But here very close driving here from Marcolah and Psycho. We have to see if Cobra can get closer to them. But I'm pretty sure that the fast GTR here up the hill can attack the Viper. And here is the attack already. And Marcolah already in front now. Now it's important for Giovanni, for Psycho, to stay close behind Marcolah in the slipstream to attack then when the tire hits. If we look to the fuel, we can see that almost the same. Yeah, and Cobra has a bit, yeah, I don't want to say too much, a bit less or a bit more, you guys can see it. Rotec on a bit other strategy. And Sabalu on 5. And Magic World on 6. So Castor Troyes already on position 6, attacking on 5 Sabalu. Then on 7, AP Meister. On 8, we have Magic World. On 9, Manu. And on 10, Lichi with, like he said before the race, that he couldn't train that much here. And we can see that. And yeah, and Giovanni here, Psycho, has to fight very hard to stay behind the fast GTR here up the hill. Slipstream is very important here. The last lap was not that good from Psycho. We see here a 1:36.776 to a 1:35.921 from Marcolah. But you see he's still very fast here and stays close behind the GTR of Marcolah, and 2.4 seconds behind them before behind the two drivers in front is VB Cobra. Then we have Rotek 3 seconds in front of Castor. There we can also see how fast Castor really is, that he's only 3 seconds behind Rotek after his spun. Then Sabalu on 6. Then on 7 we have AP Meister, who still attacks Sabalu. Then on 8 we have Magic World. Then on 9 we have Manu 2011 and Lichi on 10. And Marcolah here, a bit with problems. And with a penalty of 0.7 seconds. We can fast look what really happened there. Yeah, he was a bit too fast out of the corner. And here on this corner, Psycho is pretty fast. And there, where is Cobra? Cobra lost many places there, I see right now. What happened there? Let's see what happened there. He completely missed the braking point. And Castle Joy already on position 4. And Cobra moved to position 5. And Rotek already 7.8 seconds behind Psycho. And Psycho still chasing Marcolah, who has also a penalty from 0.7 seconds. So exactly, almost exactly the gap between Marcolah and Psycho. And they drive almost the same lap times. If you look here, only lap 9 was a difference. Then Castle on 4, but still under attack from Cobra. Cobra on 5. On 6 we have AP Meister, who has already overtaken Sabalu. Then we have Sabalu on 7. Then on 8 we have Magic World in the M4. Then on position 9 in the Ferrari with 2.4 seconds penalty we have Manu 2011. And Lichi with 2.1 seconds penalty. Then on position 10, and yeah, it's almost slipping there. And the gap between Marcolah and Psycho only 0.7 seconds. That was what I meant. The Viper has a bit better tire wear on the front tires, because the 4-wheel drive cars using the front tires a bit more. So, and I'm posting now in the stream chat the driver of the day voting. So I need only a second, I have to open that as well. So now comes the driver of the day voting into the stream chat. The winner gets 1 point more to the championship standing. So vote for your personal driver of the day here on Interlagos in the final round of the EGT4M. And there are only 0.6 seconds between, so 0.4 seconds between Marcolah and Psycho, and 0.6 seconds the penalty from Marcolah still. But Marcolah cannot make slower here. He has still to drive on the limit because he gets chased down by Psycho. Rotek on position 3, but he loses a lot of time, because Psycho and Marcolah driving in a completely other league here. Then Casatroy on position 4. You have to... I would really love to see where he would be. I think he would be close to the first 2 positions if he would not lose the car in the first lap. He was in the lead when he lost the car. Then we have Cobra on position 5. Then on position 6 in the Jaguar we have AP Meister, who could make a little gap between him and Sabalu after he has overtaken Sabalu. And then we have Magic World, who had a pretty slow lap, the last lap. And yeah, then we have Manu on 9, and on 10 we have Lichi. And still 0.6 seconds, and Marcolah with a new fastest first sector. So very constant driving from the first 2 drivers. Bit sliding here from Psycho, but a very good left corner here. So let's see, yeah, the pit stops are a bit away. So we see a few more laps, but we see that the tire wear in the GTR gets a bit bigger now. And Psycho still in the slipstream, but here up the hill the GTR is simply fast. But here we can see that the slipstream is pretty good, but the GTR still can clearly see that the slipstream is not helping that much here. Here, Psycho gets a bit closer again. Very strong on the brakes here. And we have another disconnect from Sabalu. And we see he comes closer and closer to Marcolah. That's because I think of the tire wear. And now they are very close. Let's look through the field once more. The gap between Rotek and the first 2 are almost 11 seconds. Then we have Casatroy on 4, and he is chasing Rotek. He gets closer and closer to Rotek. Then Cobra on 5. Then on 6 AP Meister, on 7 we have now Magic World after the disconnect from Sabalu. Then on 8 we have Manu, and on 9 we have Lychee. So we have 2 disconnects in this race till now, and these 2 drivers are fighting for their last main race victory here. Too bad that Psycho had a disconnect in the sprint race, because I'm pretty sure that at the end of the sprint race he would be also that fast here. I have to connect my phone now fast. So. And yeah, we are here in the final end. Here Psycho almost lost the car there. And the gap between the first 2 and the Rotec are still the same. Castroy also the same gap between him, and he goes a bit wide there. Cobra now also with 0.8 second penalty. AP Meister on 6, he gets a bit closer, and Lychee now in the pits. Oh, he's coming out of the pits right now. And I think Marcolah will do 1 more lap. Yeah, they are both doing more laps, but Psycho is a bit fuel saving because of the slipstream, I think. The Viper saves a bit more fuel with short shifting. Castor now also in the pits. Here we have Castor. Pretty interested what for strategy he's driving. I mean, most probably to the end. Yeah, he's driving now till the end. And it looks like Giovanni made somewhere a little mistake, because he lost a bit time to Marcolah, but yeah, when you have to drive completely on the limit to stay behind Marco, there can happen it very fast that you make a little mistake. And Marco goes also a bit wide there. Maybe that's a penalty as well. Let's see if he gets a little penalty for that. But no, I think that was enough to stay. Yeah, and now he's going into the pits, but Psycho stays outside. So Marcolah now in the pits, the race leader. Now his pit crew has to work faster than before. The last stop was not that fast. Now everybody is in the pit. Also Rotec with the number 484, and he's going out. AP Meister also in the pits. Magic World as well. Cobra is now going out of the pits with 0.8 tenths of a second penalty. He had also pretty good results the last rounds. So, and now is the question: is it enough to stay in front of Marcolah, or is it not enough? That's now the big question. And Marcolah, of course, is now pushing like hell that he can stay in front of Psycho, but Psycho will have at the end the fresher tires for sure. But I'm pretty sure that Psycho will go into the pits, yeah, and he's going into the pits. So Psycho now in the pits. Let's look, where is Marcolah? Marcolah comes already up the hill here to the main straight, to the start-finish lane, or a start-finish straight in that case. And Giovanni is still in the box, in the pits, but he's going out now. And Marcolah here going down to the S's. And Marcolah comes there out, and Giovanni comes out as well. And that's enough to stay in front of Marcolah. And Marcolah on the outside. And Psycho on the inside now. But now Marcolah with the better line here for the right corner. And that was pretty close. So now the fight is open for the race victory here between them both. No room for any mistakes for both of them if they want to get this victory here. But Psycho for sure with the better tire, so he has to try to get or stay as close as possible behind Marcolah. Rotec lost a bit more time here, around 1 second more. He's now behind the first two. Cobra now on 4. Maybe there was a little mistake from Castor as well. And he has 1.1 second penalty. So maybe that's the chance for a P-Meister as well to get into position 5 at the end of the race. So, and also do not forget to vote for your driver of the day. The link is in the stream chat. So vote for your personal driver of the day. Current leader is Magic World with 5 votes. And second place 2 votes for Psycho. But Psycho now 1.5 seconds behind Marcolah, so Marcolah is currently flying. But looks like that in the last lap, yeah, the last lap was the out lap from Giovanni, from Psycho. And Rotec here still on position 3. After the race I'm also trying to bring all 3 drivers here into the post-race interview. And Marcolah only with 0.1 second penalty now, so yeah, he will most probably get rid of that penalty till the end of the race, and he's already 1.8 seconds in front of Psycho, so he makes it serious now, his speed here on this track. And Cobra again into the pits, and he has a complete damage. Let's see here. See if we can see what happened. We see only him driving into the pit, so we missed what exactly happened there. And Manu as well going into the pit, so he hit somewhere as well. Do we see that? No, he had the damage there already. And 1.7 seconds between him here Marcolah and Psycho, and 12, almost 13 seconds between him and Psycho on position 2. On position 4 we have now AP Meister, but he is 6.4 seconds behind Rotek, so I don't think that here happens something if nobody makes a mistake. But here we have to look about Castro, but yeah, Castro also has 1.3 second penalty and he has to get rid of it. Then Magic World on 6, Elf, that was the English, 11 seconds behind Castle Troy. Then we have Cobra on 7 after the incident. Too bad we didn't see it, what exactly happened there. Then Lichi on 8 and Manu after the incident where he touched somewhere the wall, or the incident with Lichi, I don't know what exactly happened there. On position 9 we have 2 disconnects till now and 1 driver who doesn't show up. But yeah, we have still 9 drivers in this race on League A. And Marcolah is making the gap between him and Psycho bigger and bigger, so he is now pushing even more to make the gap bigger between him and Psycho, that there is even no chance anymore for Psycho to get this race victory, and he wants to make another double victory here. That's the big strike here, Super Pole, sprint victory and main race victory. So he wants the big strike here to show why he is the Season 2 champion overall and of course League A. But of course he is also the overall champion. Very strong performance here from him again. Now 2.4 seconds already between him and Psycho. But I have to take a sip of the drink here because my throat gets really dry. And yeah, when we look here, we have now 16 seconds between Rotek and Marcolah, and we have also to see that Rotek is one of the fastest guys there, and 16 seconds, you can clearly see how strong the performance of Marcolah and Psycho is here. And I can tell you guys that Psycho is a very fast driver here, and Marcolah is currently smashing the lap records here. 1:35.6, so fastest lap here till now for Marcolah. In the sprint race we had the fastest lap from Castle Troy, and Manu has to go in the pits here again because I think he touched the wall here out of the last corner. Licho position 8, 7 Cobra. Sasha, I'm reading your comment. Yeah, like I have written it on Discord as well. The first 2 from League B joining League A next season, and the last 2 of League A joins League B next season. And the current drivers, if some drivers are continuing driving next season in the EGTM, have of course not to do the pre-qualifying, because their pre-qualifying was the whole season here, but new drivers have to do their pre-qualifying like we did it in Season 2 here with the Alpha 4C and the tire wear 3, I think, and fuel usage 4, and the 8 laps on the Red Bull circuit like we did it for Season 2. And yeah, we used the cut-off time from last season for the qualification. So yeah, you drive for League A or in League A, and we are going away from League A and League B, and we call it Division. So Division A and Division B next season. That maybe is, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, we have here in the picture right now Magic World, who made the second place here, and put very high pressure to Marcolah in the sprint race. He almost has beaten Marcolah there and won the sprint race. Then Cobra on position 7, he has 0.7 seconds penalty, and he had also a little mistake there out of the last corner, and he hit the wall and he has to repair the car. Then we have Lichi here a bit wide on position 8, on position 9 after 2 incidents. We have Manu, not his day today. And yeah, we have Marcolah on position 1 and Psycho on position 2. Psycho gets now again a bit closer. When we look here, the last lap was around 5/10 faster than the lap from Marcolah. But yeah, we have also to mention that Marcolah was 2 laps earlier than Psycho in the pits, and the GTR suffers a bit with the front tires. I had to see that also in season 1, that the GTR is pretty fast, but when the tire, or after the tire wear hits in, the car gets very much understeer, so you have a bit to work with trail braking and a bit sliding or early throttle and get a bit oversteer out of the corner that you avoid, or yeah, that you avoid that understeer out of the corner. But usually the GTR is a corner exit monster with the 4-wheel drive, and we see that Psycho gets very fast, very close to Marcolah. There we can see, if we look to the tire wear of both cars, and we see that Psycho has much better tires than Marcolah. So maybe that brings Marcolah also under pressure, and we see a 36.4 to a 36.9 from Marcolah, almost a 37. Also here, fast before we head into the decision here in this race, Season 3 is currently high on our work here for the EGT4M stuff, and we call it next season European GT Masters. We get also a new URL, you can see it on the right top corner of the picture here, EGTM.racing. And yeah, it starts on February 2019 is the first round, and we go into the manufacturer mode, so you enter with a manufacturer like Porsche, BMW, and you have to drive GT3 and GT4, and the registration starts soon. And if you want to be one of the first who are informed what we are doing, then join my Discord, the link is also in the description. And we have here only 0.8 of a second gap between Marcolah and Psycho, so we have here in the next few laps we have a decision here. Only 2 laps after this one, and Psycho is now chasing Marcolah, which has tire problems most probably. Rotek now 17 seconds behind Marcolah on position 3, then on 4 we have AP Meister, on 5 we have Caso Troy, then on 6 Magic World, who was on 2nd position in the sprint race. He was missing Fuji because of his problems with his wheel. Then we have Cobra on position 7, still with a 0.6 seconds penalty. Then on 8 we have Lichi, our French guy, the lobby host here. Then on position 9 we have Manu. We have 2 disconnects till now, and we have here only 0.4 of a seconds between Marcolah and Psycho. So we have here, in a few seconds we have a decision here. We go in the rear camera of the rear wing of Marcolah, and we see the wiper of Giovanni from Psycho gets closer and closer in the mirror of Marcolah. And we see here he has big problems here with the front tires. We could see that here very clear. And Psycho is chasing now Marcolah to death here. No room to breathe now for Marcolah, and here pretty close. He knocks on the door here to Marcolah. Now Marcolah can only hope for the fast lean straight speed for his GTR, and we see here Psycho cannot even brake on his braking point anymore, because he has to brake so early, because Marcolah has also to brake so early. And now we can see here hunting Marcolah down into the last lap, so we have here a real race decision. Now fighting here outside. Psycho can break much later than Marcolah. But Marcolah can stay in front of Psycho. But Psycho now attacking here to the first sector split time again. And very late on break for Psycho, and he's on the outside. And I think that was the overtake, but Marcolah doesn't give up. He never gives up. But Psycho is now on the inside, and was that the race decision? Marcolah tries everything to stay here close. And the only chance is here to stay close to Psycho to chase him up the hill. But we see here, he cannot hold the speed here from Psycho. And he losing here very much time because the tire wheel hits very hard in. And I think he has not enough fuel in there. If we look, and Marcolah very wide there, and he has to break down the car. And also Psycho had a bit problems there, and Marcolah with a 2.2 seconds penalty. I think that's over. We have a race victory here from our Italian guy. Psycho has beaten here Marcolah in the main race. Congratulations to the race victory in the last lap. What a race finish here from both of them. Congratulations to the first two, Psycho and Marcolah. So Marcolah couldn't make the big win here and win everything here today. And Rotek very strong on position 3 as well. AP Meister on position 4. Then Casadroy on 5. There was more inside for him today. There was more possible for sure. That mistake in the first lap when he was in the lead was simply too much. He completely spun out, but he had no damage. And Magic World after his second place in the sprint race, a 6th place. Then 7th place here for Cobra. There was also much more possible, but he hit the wall, and yeah. Position 7 and Ligi on position 8. You can clearly see that he trained not enough here, but yeah. Still, that was Season 2 EGT4M. I hope you all had the same amount of fun like I had it through the whole season. I badly missed one League A race because I had to go to further education to Germany. But yeah, then yeah, Manu on position 9 already in the finish, 1 lap behind, and Ligi on position 8. Congratulations as well to you, mate. And we see here Marcolah on position 2, Marcolah on 1, Rotek on 3. Congratulations, guys. Amazing finish here. And I'm going to invite them fast here. So Marcolah already has an invite here. Then, no, not him. Then we have Psycho. Here we already have him, or had him. Here, and then one more. Oh, tech. So yeah, that was Season 2. And now we, like Sasha said, we have to wait for Season 3. And we have here the race result.
sagt was.
So. So, guys, you're live now in the stream. I'm turning you only a bit louder. So, I think it should be okay now. Marcolah, Rotek, do you want to make it in German or English?
Ja, ich mach's in Deutsch.
We can do it in English for me.
Okay, dann fangen wir mal an mit Rotek. We do it fast in German for Rotek. And ja, Rotek, ich glaube, das war ein gutes Ende für dich, glaube ich. Jetzt in der Meisterschaft, ich glaube, jetzt hat es am Schluss gereicht für den zweiten Platz, glaube ich, overall. Muss man natürlich noch dann schauen, wenn man die Tabelle und so weiter ausrechnet. Aber wie war dein Rennen heute und die gesamte Saison? Mal schnell Revue passieren lassen.
Das war auch ein sehr schwieriges Rennen sozusagen, gerade im Sprintrennen mit der zweiten Kurve. Sozusagen habe ich die Führung gehabt und habe sie dann fast in der zweiten Kurve weggeschmissen gehabt.
Ja.
Und ja, sozusagen mit Mühe und Not noch den dritten Platz habe ich, glaube ich, geholt gehabt. Ne? War ich schon ganz happy, weil normalerweise hätte ich gar nicht mit dem dritten gerechnet, eigentlich, weil ich mit der Strecke eigentlich gar nicht zurechtkam, weil mir irgendwie gar nicht gegeben. Und auf jeden Fall dann mit dem Hauptrennen, ja, da ging es auch ziemlich gut. Sozusagen mit Glück halt auch. Castro hat sich herausgedreht irgendwie oder verbremst und so weiter. Und dann ja, hat es langsam nach vorne gespült und ja, war eigentlich ein gutes Rennen. Und die Saison war eigentlich gut. Zu Anfang lief es eigentlich ziemlich gut für mich. Da habe ich gedacht, ja, das passt alles. Aber dann irgendwie, ja, nach Monza, da war irgendwie die Luft irgendwie raus. Und dann, ja, da habe ich nur noch Fehler gemacht gehabt, weil vorher kaum Fehler drin waren in den Rennen. Ja, so kam es halt. Ne? Und jetzt denke ich mal, dass ich den zweiten Platz sicher habe. Ne? Ich denke mal, Giovanni kam durch seinen Disconnect.
Ja, der Disconnect von Giovanni war natürlich dann nicht so blöd gelaufen.
Sonst wäre es, glaube ich, richtig eng gewesen. Ich denke mal, das wäre dann nur drin gewesen.
Es wäre sich nicht ausgegangen sonst, ja. Aber trotzdem, Gratulation auf jeden Fall einmal. Top 3 auf jeden Fall. Es wird auf jeden Fall einen Pokal für dich geben. Der wird halt dann erst nach Silvester kommen, weil der wird, also wir haben vor, dass der graviert wird und so weiter. Und ja, das dauert halt jetzt ein bisschen, aber der wird auf jeden Fall so nach Silvester bei euch ankommen. Okay. Ja, dann Gratulation nochmal an Rotek. Und ja, what should I say to you two guys? I mean, the race at the end. I said in the stream already that Marcolah has done it again here because he made a 2 seconds gap between you, Marcolah. You made a 2 seconds gap between you and Psycho, and I thought already, okay, I think that's enough to win the race. And then I looked, and it was only 1.3 seconds, and then was 0.7 seconds. And I looked to the tires, and I think the tire wear on the 4-wheel drive car from you hits very bad, and Giovanni, also Psycho, could close the gap completely, and then the fight was open in the last lap. And yeah, but here first to you, Marcolah, again, what should I say to that season? I think that was a very amazing season for you. You were almost every time in the top 3. I think you were almost, I think only the sprint race in Monza was not top 3, but the rest of the season was only top 3. So congratulations to that achievement, I would say. And yeah, here Interlagos again, Super Pole winner, sprint race winner after I think one of your hardest races in this season. I think that was a very hard worked race victory in the sprint race, and yeah, and then in the last lap with a not cutting knife anymore, called GTR anymore, I think, but still at the end a very good round for you. And so how's your review of this season and today's Interlagos final?
Yeah, about the season, it was pretty good, almost perfect. Every race was almost perfect, but on Monza it was the only race I didn't really, because of that glitch or what it was, where I hit a Crazy John and I had the engine damage and everything. And nothing I could do anymore there. And yeah, that was the only race that wasn't really good in the season. All the other tracks and everything was almost perfect. And on this race today, sprint race was, I thought on the last lap Magic World would maybe get me because of my tires again, I was so slow on some corners because of the front tires of the GTR, but I made it at the end. I was pretty scared because I had the penalty, so I had to get rid of it. I didn't know what Magic World is gonna do, but he didn't get rid of the penalty, so it was easy at the end because he had 1 second and I was in front there. And about the main race, when I had like 2 seconds in front of Psycho, I knew that he is gonna be catching up because of the tires at the end, and I had to pit 1 lap earlier because I didn't really save any fuel. So I tried to save fuel at some point, but then I made a lot of mistakes. Then I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna save anymore. And yeah, then I had a little bit too low fuel and had to pit a lap earlier. And that at the end, I think my tires were just dead. I tried everything, but there was like nothing I could have done. But Psycho was driving amazing, really nice pace from him.
So yeah, then congratulations again. A very, I think, big gap between you and the rest of the League A field if we look on the points. But yeah, you are the overall champion of Season 2 of the EGT4M. I hope we see you or you stay with us next season in the EGTM when we move into the manufacturer mode.
Yeah, I will be staying for sure. It was really fun, everything.
Yeah, then.
And yeah, thanks for everything.
Yeah, of course. Nice to have you here. I'm looking forward to get some very amazing drivers next season as well. But there has to be a lot of talking. Maybe one of them we saw already joining the Discord few days ago. Let's see what the future brings. But yeah, we try to make a step forward in the EGTM next season as well. And yeah, we will see. So congratulations again to you, mate. Very amazing season.
Thank you.
And yeah, then last but not least, Psycho. What should I say? You wait till the last lap to make something amazing. The rest of the race looks like you're cruising. No, fun. Your qualification, I think, was not that what you thought at the beginning you could do, because you could not even reach the Super Pro qualification. In my opinion, you had the pace, but you didn't. I don't know. Maybe you overpaced on some corners. But at the end, yeah, the bad luck here in the sprint race. I think till the end you would be also making very much pressure to Marcolah at the end of the race, I think. But yeah, sometimes it happens that you disconnect. And yeah, the main race, yeah, it was a race victory. I think it cannot get better if you beat Marcolah. So yeah, what's your review of the whole season and the final of today?
Yeah, a lot of up and downs in the end. Because the whole season was a clusterfuck. I mean, between the injury, the wrong setup choices, wrong mistakes, I know it was a bit weird this season. I mean, I knew I had the pace in this track, but the qualifying was weird because I was stuck a bit behind Magic for 2-3 laps, so I only overtaken him like the lap before the pit stop, but I was hoping that I would get the time to make 2 laps after the pit stop, but the timer was already gone, and yeah, it was just bad luck in the end. The sprint race, I don't even know what happened really. It was my internet didn't even die in the end. I don't know what happened in this game, so I don't know. The main race, it was, I don't know if we can get closer than that really.
Yeah,
it was a perfect race really. For me and Marco, it was continuously qualifying pace over and over and over again. I don't know.
yeah,
The tire will help me in the end because I made the pit stop 1 lap later, so I knew I had better tires in the end. I just had to focus and stay close to him somehow. And yeah, it was a good overtake on the outside, and yeah, I almost lost it in the end.
yeah. I saw
It was
it.
a bit weird. It was a bit weird. It was a bit weird. The car just understeered for no reason. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, it went well, really.
Yeah,
It
but
was fine
still,
for a final race.
I think that you could put your hands on the last trophy on position 3, I think, overall in this season.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, congratulations to that as well. Like I said to Rotek, the trophies, we will send it most probably because they get a signature of the EGT4M on it. So it will maybe we send it after New Year. So around January the trophy should be heading into your home. Of course, you guys have to write me on Discord per private message or yeah, your address that we know where to send it. And yeah, but still, yeah, that was season 2, guys. All in the stream, thank you for watching. Season 2 is over. In the end of the stream, I will show again the poster for season 3 with the manufacturer mode with endurance races. Also, we have next week on Friday, we have a fun race group 2 on Fuji. So if you guys are interested, you can register tomorrow. We put the registration form on the homepage, so you can register there for the fun race. We will also talk to our partners again for prizes there. Yeah, so if you're interested, we have 14 places this time only for the race. It will be a 15-minute qualifying and a 1-hour race. And the winner will get a small prize again, like the previous fun race. So would be nice if we see many of you guys there. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for driving, and hopefully we see us next season for the manufacturer season, the first manufacturer season in EGTM. So in that case, I say good night, and we see us in February.
Good night. Thank you for watching.
Bye.